So the Nowhere Man is set in South Africa. It's about a guy named Lucas. He's a former Special Forces mercenary. I say former because after he hijacks this helicopter and destroys it with a grenade, we go back 3 months to where he's helping run a shelter that he's living in. He's trying to rebuild his life because he has PTSD and he's trying to escape his past. There's a little girl that lives in the shelter that kind of looks at him as like a father figure. We also have a character named Ruby. She's played by Naturi Naughton. She's like the mother of the shelter. And she just found out that her sponsor cut the funding to keep the shelter running.
Lucas, can I talk to you for a second?
She's getting a little thick, but she sends Lucas off to the north side, the rich side of the neighborhood, to go garbage picking to find supplies for the kids in the shelter. And while he's doing that, he runs into a beautiful woman with a bad wig named Dineo. And she wants to help him out with the school supplies that he's looking for, so she runs inside to see what she can find. But Lucas is impatient, so he leaves. Cut to some men in a car down the block who call a man in prison eating some dry steak named Pumza. He's obviously running things in there when he tells his guys on the phone to go get that girl. Lucas is down the block watching these guys trying to break into this house. Lucas makes the decision to go help. And just as Dineo is coming outside to give the supplies to Lucas, she's greeted by Pumza's guys.
You have to come with us.
She runs upstairs, locks herself in the bedroom. They break in and threaten to teach her a lesson for wasting their time, whatever that means. That's when Lucas makes some noise to lure everybody downstairs. One guy gets taken out in the kitchen. The other guy gets knocked out and left alive. The third guy is using Dineo as a hostage, but he gets taken out by Lucas. Alright, so the acting is, well, you know what?
Oh my God.
The other dude he knocked out in the kitchen gets in his car and leaves. And so does Lucas. So now Lucas is back in the basement of the shelter doing his art thing again, when the little girl that looks up to him is still trying to get close, but he sends her away.
She didn't deserve that. She's only trying to get your attention.
And that's when Ruby tells Lucas all the demonic things that that little girl's uncle did to her, and that he's trying to get back custody so he can do these things all over again. Then Lucas tells Ruby how his day went, where he had to take out these guys and protect this woman.
I don't see what the problem is. It sounds like you did the right thing.
And then she pretty much tells him he needs to accept who he is, and it's okay to keep killing people. It's who you are. She's really telling him this. We then cut to the little girl sleeping and she's having a nightmare about her uncle. Then we cut to Lucas, who's actually paying the uncle a visit. We are then shown the uncle's nasty apartment where he's watching videos of this little girl. Nah, bro. So he's got to go. Then Lucas comes back home and gives the little girl a doll. Meanwhile, Pumza's goon, who escaped from Lucas, calls and lets him know that everything didn't go as planned. So the next morning, this little snack comes to the shelter to look for Lucas. She finds Lucas in the basement and tries to give him some money and ask him if he wants to be her bodyguard. She tells him that the guys he knocked off work for her ex, who's a drug dealer, and he's in jail because she testified against him.
I'm sorry, but I'm not your guy.
He tells her no, but she leaves her phone number to where she's going to be staying for the next couple of days in case he changes his mind. Now back in the jail, Neo's ex-man Pumza is trying to get out. And he's telling this jail official that he needs to know who's on the committee that's against him. I guess that's like the jury or whatever. I'm not sure. This is South Africa. However, that's when one of Pumza's minions comes in and lets him know that there's a new guy out there and he's selling drugs and talking shit about him.
The almighty Pumza. Fucking umpata.
So that's it for the new guy. Pumza goes back over to the guard, gives him the weapon, and wipes all the sangre on his shirt. So back at the shelter, Ruby goes and talks to Lucas and finds a card that the girl left. Is she pregnant?
You need to help her.
So she pretty much goes on to tells him that he needs to finish what he started. You know, you need to kill more people. She didn't actually say that, but she might as well have. So now Neo's checking into this hotel to try to hide out for a little while. The manager takes Neo to a room, but she's being watched by Pumza's guy. At the same time, Lucas decides to go help this woman.
And please call downstairs if you need absolutely anything, okay?
Will do.
That wig is terrible. So she locks all the doors and then has a flashback as to when she confronted her man Pumza before he went to jail.
Is this what all these trips have been about? You're a drug dealer.
Hey.
So she tells him she's leaving. He says, "You're not going anywhere with my child."
I'm not raising my daughter with a criminal.
And she tells him, "And you will never lay eyes on her." But this dude says, "If you really want to go, then go. But if I'm never laying eyes on her, neither are you." Damn. Wow. Okay. Anyway, back to present day, Lucas shows up at the door.
It's good to see you.
Hey.
So she gives him the whole backstory. Meanwhile, Pumza's guys are on their way upstairs.
You still want my help?
I'll pay you whatever you want.
It's not about the money.
What do you mean by that?
Okay.
So Pumza's guys break in, and they're searching the entire penthouse for her. But it's not long before one guy gets taken out in the bathroom, another one gets himself blown away in the bedroom, and the last guy he catches and makes him call Pumza on the cell phone.
Have you got her?
No, boss.
Lucas speaks to Pumza on speakerphone and tells him, "You can keep sending them. I'll keep killing them." So Lucas takes her cell phone and throws it away, and they go on the run. Meanwhile, Pumza is in jail having a flashback of when his ex testified against him.
That's when I noticed the box on the back seat with all the drugs inside.